So, yeah, at this time, the court will decline to allow you to waive your right to counsel. You must have an attorney. We'll
have fun objecting, my friend. All you do is answer the questions. You can just entertain the court for 5 minutes and you'll be allowed to represent yourself. Then go right back to it. Now you're forced to have an attorney, and we just lost all of our entertainment from you. Boo. It's the right call, but boo.
Note that you... All right, Prince Pugh, state, would you please set a record?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. This is State of Indiana versus Prince Pugh. The cause number is 64D01-2305S64448. The defendant appears in court in person with counsel, Mr. Steve Pribble, State of Indiana by Gary Gurman.
Morning, Mr. Pugh.
Good day.
Sir, yesterday you filed a bunch of documents. In one of those documents, you successfully invoked your right for me to hold a Faretta hearing. And that's what we're going to do right now. So please raise your hand to be sworn.
I respectfully decline.
All right, sir. If you don't swear in, then I can't hold the Faretta hearing. You understand that?
No, I do not understand how I respectfully decline. Neither am I a U.S. citizen, nor am I a resident of Porter County, nor am I a resident of the state of Indiana.
Well, let's see what we can get from you when you're not under oath. All right. What's your true legal name?
Prince Pugh Bay.
Okay. And was that changed with the Bay additive at a certain point?
No.
What does Bay mean?
It's an appellation to my tribe. I am a Native American, which I am not bound to state ordinances, regulations, or rules.
Are you currently under the influence of any alcohol or drugs or medication?
No.
You understand you have a constitutional right to an attorney, and if you can't afford one, the court would appoint one for you at no cost?
Yes, I understand the risk, and I'm willing to take the risk in self-representation.
Okay. This court operates under the Constitution and the laws of the state of Indiana. You recognize the legal authority of this case, of this court to hear this case?
Yes. However, the court has not identified status or authority of jurisdiction.
Okay. Well, let me ask you that question again, because you can't add a qualifier or there's not a response at all. Do you recognize the legal authority of this court to hear this case?
No, I do not.
A criminal trial involves distinct roles. What does the prosecutor do in a case like this?
The prosecutor is supposed to rebut any and all paperwork that was filed, which he has not done.
What does the jury do in the case?
The jury can hear the matter and give a proper evaluation due to the facts and state.
What does the judge do in the case?
The judge is supposed to be an administrator. He's supposed to make sure that my constitutional rights are not violated and I receive proper due process.
Do you understand the separation of powers in America? Do you understand what that means?
I have a vague understanding. If you can further give insight to that, I'll gladly appreciate it.
Do you know what the three branches of government are?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Executive, judicial, and legislative.
Okay. So you've got that. That is the separation of powers, right?
Okay. Indeed.
Judicial branch does judiciary functions, correct?
Yes.
The executive branch does executive functions, correct?
Yes.
And the legislature makes our laws, correct?
Yes.
Sometimes they say the executive branch enforces the laws. You agree with that?
Yes.
And you agree that the prosecutor is the arm of the executive in this court?
Yes.
Okay. If you represent yourself, you'll be held to the exact same standards a licensed attorney would be held to. I can't give you advice. The court can't help you try your case. Do you understand that you'll be on your own and held to the same standard as a lawyer?
Yes.
You understand that trials in this state are governed strictly by Indiana rules of trial procedure, Indiana criminal rules, Indiana jury rules, Indiana statutes, the Indiana Constitution, Indiana rules of evidence. Do you understand all that?
No, I do not.
Okay, what don't you understand, sir?
Once again, I am a Native American, which means that I'm not bound to any state regulations, ordinances, or rules. I'm only bound to the constitutional fold.
Okay, so I should ask then, would you agree to be bound by and conduct your defense strictly according to the Indiana statutes, Indiana Constitution, Indiana rules of evidence, Indiana criminal rules, Indiana, what did I miss? Indiana rules for court administration?
No.
You won't be bound by those.
No.
Okay.
I'm a Native American. I can't be bound by those statutes, codes, rules, and ordinances.
Okay, and will you refrain from raising legal arguments, filing motions, or making statements to the jury that rely on jurisdictional theories like this one you forwarded about the Native American status that you contend you hold, commercial law or alternate legal codes not recognized here in Indiana?
I can only be held by constitutional violations.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, at this time, the court will decline to allow you to waive your right to counsel. You must have an attorney. We'll
Have fun objecting, my friend. All you do is answer the questions. You can just entertain the court for 5 minutes and you'll be allowed to represent yourself. Then go right back to it. Now you're forced to have an attorney, and we just lost all of our entertainment from you. Boo. It's the right call, but boo.
note that you personally object to the case, but you in fact must have counsel. I will find that you refuse to abide by the rules of procedure and evidence. Find that the right to self-representation is not a license to disregard the procedural and substantive laws of Indiana. During the colloquy, the defendant expressly refused to agree to be bound by the Indiana rules of trial procedure, Indiana Constitution, Indiana rules of evidence, Indiana statutes, and a defendant who will not agree to follow the established rules of this courtroom cannot effectively waive the right to counsel and conduct the defense. Court will also find that there is an anticipatory obstruction of the trial process in that Mr. Pugh has alleged that because of some Native American status, he's incapable of being tried in this court. The court will find that by allowing the defendant to proceed pro se, it would fundamentally disrupt the administration of justice, that his statements during the hearing indicated persistent intent to challenge the foundational jurisdiction of the court rather than present a defense to these charges. And if we'll reference the Hotel F v. State case, the right of self-representation does not protect that type of obstructionist behavior that presents an orderly progression of trial. I'll also find that Mr. Pugh refused to swear in. His refusal to swear in would have, we took some statements from him that were not under oath, so unsworn statement from the defendant, but nevertheless, that would have frustrated the court's ability to conduct a meaningful colloquy, and the unwillingness to be sworn would prevent the establishment first of an unconditional waiver of the right to counsel. We have to have him sworn in order for him to do that, and then he has to be sworn before he answers all the court's questions. Your request to proceed without counsel is denied, and our best course of action now at this time is to set your case for trial, which I will do.
I object, Your Honor. Do you understand the Constitution?
State, how many days need to try
I
this?
take that as a no. I am only held to
Sir,
constitutional.
you'll need to not
Right.
speak any further because you don't have the floor, and any comments now will have to come from your attorney.
Well,
I understand that?
I object.
Well, you can object all you want, but you don't have standing to object because you're represented by counsel, and this court doesn't allow hybrid representation.
Well, I invoke my Sixth Amendment right, Miranda versus Arizona. My constitutional rights cannot be averted or abrogated by the state. No rule or regulation can be created.
Sir, I'll ask you to take the microphone and point it away from him.
Indeed, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Everything is filed into the case.
And I would ask you to stop adding to the hearing because it's unhelpful. Okay? Mr. Pribble. I'm sorry. State, how many days need to try this case?
Judge, I think 3 days.
Okay.
Possibly 2, but I think we should allow 3.
I could go as soon as October the 13th for this one since he's in custody.
I think that should be fine.
October the 13th?
I can't do the 13th, Your Honor.
No?
No.
I can do November 10th, 12th, and 13th. So Veterans Day would split that trial up. You'll have to tell your deputy that David Caldwell's case got bumped.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you do that, Mr. Pribble?
The 10th, the 12th, and the 13th, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. 10th, 12th, 13th of November.
Yes.
Okay. I'll do a pretrial conference on October the 9th. And let's come in on trial readiness on August 28th. 9. August 28th, Mr. Pugh can appear from the Porter County Jail for the pretrial conference. He'll be in person, and obviously for the trial, he'll be in person. So, Mr. Pugh, if you fail to appear on November 10th, 12th, and 13th for your jury trial, we'll hold it in your absence, and you can be convicted even if you're not present. There were a slew of other documents filed yesterday. As I've mentioned several times, we don't allow hybrid representation. Any of those would have needed to be filed by counsel. I will now strike everything except the successful invocation of the Faretta hearing at this time. So, Judy, you'll have to go in, name them all by name. The only thing that stays is the 5-page document entitled Defendant's Verified Motion for Faretta Hearing. We're adjourned. Thank you, Mr. Pribble.
Thank you, Judge.
Well, congratulations. You just talked yourself out of the ability to represent yourself. Again, the judge made the right decision here, but man, he was a fun subset to follow. Hopefully we'll still get some entertainment out of him. We got one more date before the jury trial, so we might. Who knows? Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button on your way out if you have not done so yet already. Also, comment, hype, subscribe. Do all those fun things. You know what to do. That's it. That's all I got. Until next time, bye.
Good day, sir.